freezing. Did we lose connection? Are we streaming? Sorry, guys. It's I might restart this video because on my end it's looking like the video is glitching out. Unfortunately. On computer. Yesenia, Suan. Ooh, so there's some people in here. I'll be glitching. Can you guys help me out here? Can you say something? I might restart this video because oh no, we're back. I can hear it on my screen. No, we're live. Cool. Good evening, you guys. Sorry if you got the intro already, but I read something out of the Laws of the Sun that I'm going to reread to you right now. We'll have a little discussion on it because it's pretty. It caught my attention. I was thinking about you earlier. Not in a weird way. There's definitely no way that can't be weird at this point, but it's okay. It happens. So check this out. The mind is a truly mysterious object. If your will is filled with disharmony, your mind will be open to the Ashura realm, and you will know nothing but strife and destruction. If your mind becomes fixated on sexual passion, it will connect to the hell of lust and allow the dead to take over your mind. As a result, you will become the instrument of the dead, craving after men or women or both, simply to satisfy the lusts of creatures who have already died. Even those who search for religious awakening may have the compass needle of their minds deflected, becoming proud and boastful, teaching false truths, believing that the voice they hear is that of the Nyorai and Bosatsu, and never suspecting that it is in fact the voice of the devil. Poor, deluded searchers for truth as they may be, they mislead people and in due course plummet into the abyss of hell. What up? It's pretty savage. It's pretty gangster. I feel like they could have written an entire book on that one paragraph, but they just braced across it or brushed across it as if it were no big deal. And I was thinking the whole time, yo, what is this? Dead creatures possessing your mind? Dead lustful creatures possessing your mind. An object of the dead. In a way. What up, Limitless? Art Campos, did I say what up? Yona. Black Goddess. Hi, you guys. John Smith. Oh, sorry, buddy. I didn't shoot you the thing. My bad. But yeah, no, I got my sister's brother finally did me up. I'm probably gonna do a new dread update video too, because it's been a while since we've had a free form update. But the dreads are coming in real nice. Um, I would never give my money to a barbershop. I didn't go to a barbershop. My brother's sister did it for me. And he does it out of my dad's house. He doesn't have a barbershop. But I see where you're going with that. And well, I didn't pay him either. At least I didn't pay him money. I paid him in dank. So does that count? I didn't go to a barbershop and I didn't pay him. So technically I never gave my money to a barbershop still. I will never give my money to a barbershop. Gonna grow my lion's mane according to the will of Jah. Cause I'm a naughty dreadlock. I am a rasta. I'm a naughty dreadlock. Say what na. Yo, that passage though, I know the dreads and whatnot. Um, where were we? Oh, does no one have nothing to say about the lustful sex demons that are possessing people's minds that the laws of the sun is talking about, or should we just talk about dreads the whole time? Because is it not all gain? What does that mean? Is it not all gain? I don't know what you mean by that. Thank you, Z. This is very similar to a dream I had about a man summoning demons and one warning me to get out of the city before the demons come. I have a lot of dreams about demons too, man. Particularly that word comes to my mind also, like demons. Like, it wasn't a monster or a villain or a bad guy in the dream. It feels like a straight up demon. It's terrifying. I didn't hear a word of the passage. God damn it. Ah, I can't. I forget I can't cuss because then my videos get demonetized. Great. Great. I just demonetized this video. So do I have to read the passage over again because it's a pretty gangster passage, and probably pretty, and it's extremely relevant considering when you do hear the passage again, you're gonna be like, oh, I fell into the exact trap that the passage was talking about. which is quite ironic considering I just got a haircut. Yeah, you guys, on a side note, look at the garden. The corn's coming through, the squash, we're planting a bunch more beans. Look at our cucumber patch. Anywho. Alchemy, what up, my dude? Nico Conan, sex manifestation. Yes, well said, brother. One more gain. Hey, one more gain. All right. I'll read it one more time. We're gonna celebrate and dance so free. One more time, you just got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate, dance so free. One more time. Ooh. No, I'm just feeling celebration tonight. Celebrate. Don't wait too late. Ooh. No. We don't stop. I can sing that whole song. I'm not going to. We're gonna read the passage, right? That was my fault last time. That last distraction was on me. What happened to having your own Garden of Eden, brother? What did I just show you? We baby steps, man. We have our first garden right here. We put seed in the ground. We put roots in Mama Earth. We have the whole backyard lit. I've already got a second generation of seeds coming up. I've already got a new heirloom giant pumpkin that I'm stabilizing the genes of. My 10 acres of land are now hosting plant medicine ceremonies monthly. We've already gotten people from around the country and the world. Trust me, brother. The Garden of Eden is in full force. At least the opening stages of the Garden of Eden is in full force. I mean, check out this shirt. Look at this new shirt I just got. It's called I Like to Talk About My Worm Bin a Lot. Um, Anywho, all right, we'll read the passage right now, and you'll see you'll see how ironic this is, considering the talk on the dreadlocks. Um, there's your sign. So it says, the mind is truly. Hey, listen up. The mind is truly a mysterious object. If your will is filled with disharmony, your mind will be open to the Ashura realm, and you will know nothing but strife and destruction. If your mind becomes fixated on sexual passion, it will connect to the hell of lust and allow the dead to take over your mind. As a result, you will become the instrument of the dead, craving men or women simply to satisfy the lusts of creatures who have already died. And also pay attention to this next part, and think about how it applies to your experience of this of the world. Um, Even those who search for religious awakening may have the compass needle of their minds deflected, becoming proud and boastful, teaching false truths, believing that the voice they hear is that of the higher realms, the Bosatsu, and never suspecting that it is in fact the voice of the devil. Poor, deluded searchers for truth as they may be, they mislead people and in due course plummet into the abyss of hell. I was like, sounds like there's chickens. I didn't know the chickens are out. Check out the chickens, you guys. One is Lucille, and the other is Ethel, because Lucille has red hair or has a red beak. So Lucille and Ethel from I Love Lucy. Um, where are we at? That's my jam. Turn it up and do it again. What up, LJ? Yeah, orange tree popping. From what book do you read from? It's called The Laws of the Sun by I forgot his name. It's a Japanese name, but yeah, it's your way I can pump up the jam, pump it up. White blank page. I might be able to make this a little brighter for you guys. Cool. Hopefully that helped a little bit. Eres Dominicano? No, Jeremy, or not that I know of, at least. Mexican. If you're curious where the Mexicans coming from or where the Latins coming from, it's from Mexico. Passages from Laws of Sun, Alchemy. We finished Power versus Force. Power versus Force seemed to be slightly anticlimactic, but that's just me. Maybe I was distracted when I was reading it, but I couldn't really sink my teeth into it. I was able to pick up a few powerful points here and there, but all in all, not too impressed with it. Lucille, come here. Come here, mama. No? All right. I got that book. I couldn't get through it for some reason. Candy Makowski. I know. It's cool. It's I in the beginning I had some things come up for me where it was kind of turning me off to the book, but I switched over into I'm reading it not to read it as fact, but just to take in the story of it all. And I'm reading it almost like a piece of fiction, which helps me not judge it so much. It helps me get out of my own way because I notice with myself that um, I've come across so many fucking different philosophies of how existence works, um, what chakra does what, and where we come from, and alternate history storylines and different paradigms, and Atlantis and Mu, Lumeria, and fucking the Norse mythology and Egypt, and then you got Hinduism. It's like paganism, shamanism. There's just so many different fucking things to learn from, that I find when I read something new, I'm immediately criticizing it. Like, oh, this is contradicting with everything else that I've learned. And it's like, it's the wrong way to approach it for me. So what I've been doing is reading it as a piece of fiction, and so that I don't judge it as much. That way I can sort of, if something clicks, it clicks. I can just appreciate it for what it is. Hey, stop eating my pumpkins. Lucille, hey, stop. I didn't know that chickens ate your plants. I thought they just ate bugs and shit on the floor. They've been eating. Oh, music is godlike. Thank you for the donation, man, woman, and beautiful name. God, do I love music and agree with music is godlike. It feels like truth. They also call alcohol spirit. Yes, drink too much and lose control of your vessel, and something might take you for a ride. A being that wants to experience sex or chaos and destruction. Um, yes, well said. Um, context for that paragraph in the book, it spoke of this book is based on Buddhism. Um, and the whole point was getting to peace of mind. And the example said that most people think they have peace of mind, but they'll see a beautiful woman walk by and their sort of internal peace compass will go crazy all of a sudden because they see a beautiful woman. Or when you sit down and eat a really nice meal, the excitement that you experience from the meal sort of takes your compass and makes it go crazy. Basically saying none of us are at peace. And I'm assuming it's saying that because our peace comes from the external world, which is something we hear a lot. So that was all like, yeah, been there, done that, heard that. And then it hit me with the demon thing. Like, you'll be basically ridden by the spirits of lustful dead creatures. That I feel like is something I would like to read a book on. Does anyone have any leads for me on these things, these creatures? But yeah. See if I can catch up to guys' comments. I saw read that in the Bible, not like that, but similar. Yeah, you guys should read if you have Laws of the Sun lying around, you might as well read it. It's talking about it talked about the origin of humanity. It brought up Sumeria. It brings up Christianity. Jesus and Buddha are the two main sort of ascended masters that the book brings up. Has a sort of hierarchy of spirits starting from source going down. I'm gonna make a separate video, but since you guys are here, I might as well read it to you. The next one, maybe we can kind of break down the topic while you're here, a sort of behind the scenes, if you will. People are blind for as long as we live in a world we have our five senses. No, that's not it. Basically, the idea was maybe I shouldn't even bring it up because I might haggle it so much that you guys are like, weak topic, Keith. Next. So maybe I'll hold that to myself for now. But here's my angle. People sort of say, start at the bottom, at the root chakra, and fix the root, the physical, ground yourself first, and then work your way up the system to the highest frequency, always working yourself from the heavens. What if that is backwards? What if there was like a missing link in the translation? Or what if there was a misinterpretation? Maybe it was deceitful and on purpose and manipulative. Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe we just didn't quite understand it. Either way, what if we don't start from the bottom? What if we don't start from the root? What if we don't get grounded first? Here's what the idea that I was going to pitch in the next video was, since origin starts from the most high, Hermetics, sort of emerald tablets, alchemy will say it's the all. The all is the source. Some people say it's the force, like Star Wars. We'll just call it the force. You know, it's this thing from which all things emanate from, the substantial reality to existence, the ever unchanging, all that ever was, all that ever shall be, and to even try and define it falls short on blasphemy at worst and pure ignorance at best. That thing. If it starts there, wouldn't it make sense that to reach it would be to start with it? To sort of start with the crown chakra. This will be a practical analogy of this. Wouldn't it make most sense to start with the crown and work your way down, since that's how the material world manifested? You start with source, and as you go further out, it becomes more complex. You go through more dimensions further from source, right? Because you're emanating away from it. And then to reach it, where was I? To reach it, to become it, you would the as above, so below. You'll start with what source started with to create. In order to manifest something, it started with the most high and worked its way down. What if that's what we do on Earth? And I'll get, there was a bunch of things it said. It was like right mind, right action, right emotion, right speech. And it was like these three things in Buddhism. Oh, you like it? Yeah, Adonis did me up. I know, I was looking kind of homeless for a second. The chickens are right here.
Come on, damn, you girls got big.
Yeah, they got big, huh?
Or are you a girl?
You can. Yeah, the two chickens, one of them's actually a rooster. We just found out. So.
Where are your keys at?
There's
parking right now. I got a note on my car the other day, that's why.
Oh, what did it say?
There's parking, guys. Parking where you're supposed to park. I don't know who it was.
From the police or like a handwritten person?
It looked like Gringa writing, and I'm trying to figure out who's Gringa around here.
Interesting.
Not that I'm judgmental, but
It just looked like a gringo writing.
Very bubbly.
Interesting.
Come on, girl.
Anyway, that's the majority of the theory I got on that. Like I said, it's not completely hammered out yet. We'll do some. We'll get that one dialed in. Damn, MCQ31MC on the path to 200 mil. That comment was a while ago. My bad, homie. Where are you located since it's daylight? You guys, I'm just catching up to the comments right now, so bear with me on the time.
COD tonight? Oh, shit.
Yeah, we built the worm bin. Or well, I should say Dad built it. I just finished it. We built...
When you're done in your life, tell me what all this shit does.
All right. John Milks, what's up, brother? The Golden Dawn by Israel Regadi. Where have you been? Yona Star? Where have I been? Is that what you're talking about? Sammy SV started reading the book. Leave a comment. And any of you guys that have read my book, it's called 7 Pillars. Might as well give myself some self promo. I never promote my book. I try to limit the self promo down because I don't know. I don't like when people slam with the advertisements, so I try not to. But it's a good fucking book, and you guys should read it. And if you don't read my book is basically the Kabbalion, written by the 3 initiates. I took the same. If you guys study Hermetics, it's like the backbone of the Hermetic philosophy. It's these 7 principles that govern existence, all of existence. I took that book, took the 7 principles and just modernized them. I just used modern articles, blogs, scientific studies that are sort of relevant to the principles, beefed them up, and they came out super nice. So Sarah Romano, I know I got catered to. This is making me hungry for pie. Yona Star, is that subliminal? This is making me hungry for pie. Is that a subliminal? Is you slipping something under the radar with that? Nice. Yeah, the oranges are fire, by the way. We don't fuck around with our oranges. I just moved in a few months ago, so I'm gonna get these oranges fired up. Yeah. I'll be sending out oranges on the Etsy shop if you guys want some fresh picked oranges, and probably all the veggie garden. I think I'm gonna be slanging veggies from my garden on Etsy as they get ready. Just a heads up. But so what's good? Do you guys have any leads for me on the lusts of the creatures who have already died? This book went worldwide. It's like a Japanese top 5 bestseller, The Laws of the Sun. And how I feel about bestsellers, New York Times this, New York Times that, is that they're really fluffy and they cover a lot of area just shallow enough to keep people's interest but not confuse them. So you get something that's really interesting, but you don't get something that's super in depth. And that's what I feel about The Laws of the Sun. It's almost like 90% of the information I already know, and you guys will probably already know, or not know, but at least have heard of before. And you're thinking, oh, that's right, I've come across this before, even if you didn't remember it. And the other 10% that's new, like you will become the instrument of the dead to satisfy the lusts of creatures who have already died. I got hit with that passage and thought, whoa, hey, can we go deeper into this? But it just kept going. That's what I mean by it doesn't go too deep into the nitty gritty of the philosophy, which is the exact reason why I made this video. Because my first thought was, hey, I haven't come across that before. So the squadron probably hasn't come across that before, or maybe they have, and they've got more information for us. We know in the Emerald Tablets, it talks about the creatures from the depths need blood to become manifest on Earth. So we know that the creatures from below operate on some next level. It's almost like when we become consumed by physicality is where you start to go off the deep end for any religion, whether it's Christianity, Judaism, any of the Abrahamic religions, even Buddhism, Chinese, Hindu, except for Hinduism. Hinduism's all about the carnal pleasures, especially with the Kama Sutra, but they do it right. You know what I mean? They create a sort of ritual to praise the lovers and to praise the gods out of it. Whereas just being purely lustful for the sake of being lustful and satisfying a means to an end, which is the ejaculation or the explosion. I think someone in here already said that people are addicted to the explosion. Did someone say that or something like that? Where's that bomb at? Yeah, some folks are obsessed with combustion. I don't know if that's what you meant by that, but for sure. That's why the no-fap community is huge. That's why I didn't masturbate for 60 years or whatever, 60 days, 4 months, 5 years. It's because there's something to be said in maintaining the power of that seed. And if you do decide to use it for something, to use it for yourself, not to blow your load on faces on a screen online. You know what I mean? there's plenty of scientific peer-reviewed evidence that talks about the rewiring of the brain chemistry and the actual channels of the brain itself and how it communicates with itself, to know that there is a negative side effect of blowing your load to faces on a screen that you can't touch, interact with, actually manifest with, like you would with a normal person. You ain't manifesting Jack Doodle, you know, doing things online. I'm trying not to say get too graphic because my video will get demonetized. Um, so, if you want to help out, shop at the Etsy shop to make up for the defunding. That would be great. Anywho, I believe I'm out here busting all kinds of nuts. Hodge twins. That's funny. Sorry, you're gonna have to ask me specific questions because by the time I see them, I won't know what you're talking about. For example, Jeremy Acosta asked, "What do you mean physicality?" I remember saying physicality, but I don't know why I said that. So you're gonna have to help me out there. Damn, you guys been busy in the chat room. Honolulu Bay Crescent. Yona Star is on one right now, and I have no idea what's happening. Sorry about that. The lust is the desire, aka hunger, aka feeding time. So you will become food to beings in another dimension. What happened? Like for opening the restaurants back up?
In my office building, we have 3 urinals and 4 toilets because there's that many people there. We're all working. They blocked off 2 urinals and 2 fucking toilets. What the fuck point is that? I gotta wait in line. The person's gonna walk past me. How are we social distancing?
Yo, the Archons control the world, man. 9/11 was an inside job.
Hey, Skynet's fucking taking over, bro.
What's Skynet?
Terminator.
Oh, Atlas dipped. He's headed towards the chickens. What's up, my love? Come back. You can't be out here right now.
You creep behind me, bro.
Sorry about that. Just came from Voodoo Diva. What's up? Get her on the channel. Funnier speaking on lust and looking. I know, that's why I said it was awfully conspicuous of me to do a video on lust after I just get a fresh do. My bad. To be honest, I wasn't expecting it to come out this fresh. I was like, hey dude, can you just clean up my shit? Because I'm feeling like a goddamn the Geico caveman. So he instead of cleaning me up, he just fucking did me a solid. We beings here. Why is it like a scary thing to be food for other beings? I don't know. There's just something about being eaten by another conscious being that's something frightening about it. I don't know. Anyway. Do you not eat the egg the source provides? Oh, you're talking about the chicken. That's what you're talking about. Yes, I eat the chicken eggs. Am I not supposed to eat the chicken eggs? Is that what we're getting at? Perception projection, does it? I can't keep up. Anywho, I would like more information on these instrument of the dead. We're also running out of light in the backyard. Mucho gusto, Sarah. Mucho gusto, Sarah. Oh, we are the shell. Cracked open the V. Looks like teeth. Oh. Yes. Yona Star. Yes, absolutely. I think we're on the same page. Sometimes you got to crack open that shell and eat, though. You know what I mean? Um, yes, Borat to open the third. I mean, it's opening the third eye is more than just eating some shit. You know what I mean? Unless you're talking about pizza toppings or like Deemsters or something like that, or friggin' San Pedro cactus. If you're eating things like that, yeah, you're gonna have your third eye blasted open. But borax will bind to the fluoride in your body, and primarily the fluoride in your brain, in your pineal gland more specifically, and start to release some of the calcium. Because what happens is the fluoride concentrates in the pineal gland, which um, screws up your body's ability to place calcium around itself. So you end up with calcium where it should be in your bones. It leaches out of your bones and gets deposited in like your liver. But for whatever reason, um, the pineal gland is one of the it was the organ that has the heaviest concentration of the fluoride that you get when you take a shower, when you drink tap water, when you cook in tap water. Um, so eating borax isn't necessarily going to open your third eye, but it will pave the way for your third eye to be opened. I wouldn't rely on a pill for lasting spiritual significance. You know what I mean? Um, I'm not going to help you with that. Or, I mean, I can help you with that, but I'm not going to do it for you. You know what I mean? A book isn't going to do it for you. Most of the time, a fix-it pill isn't going to do it for you. It's sort of like a lifelong pursuit or not that happens instantly or not, which is kind of a bummer. I know it's like not the neatest, tidiest answer for opening your third eye, or in other words, becoming spiritually enlightened. But such is the nature of the beast. We are sort of um, sharing our experiences along the way in hopes that it will trigger a new helpful thought in someone else. That's sort of what I do on this channel. Definitely not a guru. I definitely can't get you enlightened. I definitely can't make you meet your ascended masters in 72 hours just by listening to this 15-minute meditation every day and then journaling. Um, like all the other blogs will tell you, I'm not your guy for that. And I would be hard pressed to sort of find someone else who is that guy. You know what I mean? That's funny because that's also what that passage talked about. It talked about even people who are possessed by the pursuit of spiritual enlightenment. Even those people can become boastful. And again, speaking from my own experience, there has been, especially lately, there have been more times than not where I'm preaching instead of sharing an experience. Where I'm like, no, you're wrong, I'm right. Or no, that's not right, or yeah, you got the gist of it, but let me tell you how it really is. And like I'm finding myself doing that shit, which is basically falling into the age old trap where my Shaolin is better than your kung fu. You know, my dojo is better than yours, my kung fu is better than yours. You know what I mean? And that's a huge trap that we fall into, that according to the laws of light allows you to be possessed by demons, by lust. Because remember, lust isn't just about sex. Lust is about, to me, lust is about a carnal pleasure. So you can lust for money, you can obviously lust for sex, you can lust for fame, you can lust for self-righteousness, you can lust for spiritual enlightenment, you can lust for anything. um, that's why at the beginning of this video I was talking about the importance of mm, finding peace outside of yourself. we've come right back to the beginning of I've heard that before, and it's hard, like, because that's the truth. It's hard to not come back to that point. Um, there's just interesting ways to arrive at the destination. And though the destination is the same for all of us, we don't want the same path. The same path isn't even useful for all of us. The right path, it may not be entertaining, right? There's a hundred ways to attain enlightenment, but we want to have fun while we're doing it. I don't want to sit on top of a fucking mountain for the next 15 years and meditate my way into enlightenment. That sounds awful. I'd rather do it a different way. You know what I mean? It's sort of that thing. But yeah. Music is godlike. Otra vez again. Thank you kindly. Don't feel a way about promoting, asking for donations. The more kind and loving beings have abundance, the more money will be used for good. Have a good night. Oh, have a man. Thank you. Music is godlike. I know. The golden hour will be through in like it was actually gone like 5 minutes ago. Almost done. But that will be it. That will be it. Akjori Drogon, hold that thought. I like that. Sins equal without covers darkness. Thank you, Sammy. Appreciate it. You guys are all dope souls too. Yeah, we have 72 people in the room. 7 + 2 = 9, ending on the God number. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I know you could be anywhere else tonight doing your thing, but you're here sharing the love, the experience. I took the last week or two off just because I was just doing my thing the past couple weeks. I've been playing video games with the homies, tending to my garden, hanging out with the fam. The social media world was just getting too heavy, and I was going down a path I didn't like, you know? It's one thing to expose the darkness, and it's another thing to pick up the weapons of the darkness and charge forward. Because that's how you become the darkness, and it's a fine line. So I've been taking a siesta, going back to the roots of things. So we have some cool. Tomorrow night we're having a podcast with the homie, and the following night we will be having another one with another homie. So we have some guest speakers coming on, and I have a good gardening video coming. I've been saying that for weeks now, but I think this time it's done. I think this time we're actually getting there. So you guys have a good evening, and ¿qué hace amor? That's funny. But thanks, you guys. I'll talk to you soon. All right. Godspeed.